Shershaah, starring Sidharth Malhotra and Kiara Advani, chronicles the events in the run-up to the Kargil War and the role of Captain Vikram Batra, whose indomitable spirit and unparalleled courage contributed immensely to India's victory. He was honored with the Param Vir Chakra, India's highest and the most prestigious award for valor. Hi friends, this is my review of Shershaah on Amazon Prime Video. You can read my full review and rating in the Times of India. The link is in the description. The Kargil conflict, the toughest mountain warfare ever. Fought at a dizzying altitude of 17,000 feet, this historic war had a lot at stake. The Pakistani troops had infiltrated into the Indian side of line of control. The skirmishes quickly escalated into a full-blown war that also chalked the journey of a soldier from the lieutenant to captain for his absolute daredevilry and patriotic spirit to unfurl the tricolour at the highest point of conflict in Kargil, even if that meant laying down his own life for the cause. But before we get there, director Vishnu Vardhan and his writer Sandeep Srivastav decide to play it slow. So we are taken right back to a childhood sequence of Captain Vikram Batra and shown his growing up years, finding the love of his life Dimple Chima, played by Kiara Advani, before he is finally posted at the 13 JAK Rifles as a lieutenant. While this build-up depicts the character's journey, it doesn't do so very sharply to merit so much screen time. In fact, most of the times Kiara Advani's track and the romantic songs featuring her feel like a distraction from the heavy-duty subject at hand. This also impacts the pace of the film that suffers from a slow first half. Of course, director Vishnu Vardhan had a mammoth task of doing justice to the copious amounts of data and milestones from the Kargil War of 1999, but the bulk of it is dealt with in the second half. Sidharth Malhotra shines in the war scenes and his performance evolves throughout the film. His earnest efforts to recreate the aura of his character's larger-than-life persona shows on screen, and this is one of his better performances. Kiara Advani looks beautiful and looks her part as the resolute Sardarni who loves her man with all her heart, but she doesn't have much scope to perform. Shiv Pandit among the character actors is very aptly cast as Captain Sanjeev Jamwal, who is tough on the outside but emotional from within. Most of the character actors are very well cast, and together these men will make you root for them at all times. Among some actors though, there are few stereotypes and cliches, especially on the Pakistani side. The film's overall tone is obviously very high on patriotism. Many combat scenes don't reflect the large canvas that the film is set up on, perhaps more deserving for a big screen experience. Yet as an industry, Bollywood seldom churns out epic war films that are critically and commercially acclaimed. By those standards, Shershaah ranks high than most war dramas that we've seen recently, and it's an inspiring story that needs to be told. The source material of the film is so strong that it is bound to grip you once the men in uniform take it upon themselves to drive out the enemy and reclaim our land. Shershaah's biggest victory is its effort to recreate the most important chapter of our recent history and its characters who lead the way to a rousing climax. So well, that's my review of Shershaah on YouTube. If you want to read my full review and the rating of this film, it's available on timesofindia.com. The link is in the description. You can connect with me on Instagram and on Facebook. It's @RevieWron. Subscribe here if you find my videos worth it. But even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching this one. And please let me know how you like Shershaah, if you do watch it or if you have already watched it. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourself and those around you. Jai Hind.